Hello all. Today we are going to learn one more new thing from ERP, that is ERP implementation life cycle. Those who are watching this video, please subscribe my channel Learn Simply with Amrita. So what is ERP implementation life cycle? Basically the name implementation means something which we are implementing in our daily routine. So here ERP implementation is many organizations which are not using ERP right from the beginning, and now they need to use the ERP for smooth activities of their organizations. So at that time they need to do some active things, changes into the organization, and that is the implementation life cycle. So this ERP implementation life cycle is having basically 8 steps or 8 phases, and some phases which are additional I'll tell you from the diagram. So this is the diagram, or these are the phases of ERP implementation. If you can see here, ERP implementation is divided into three parts. So this part is, that means pre-selection, package evaluation, project planning. This part is for evaluating the vendors or evaluating different types of ERPs. Here, this phase is implementation phase, and next phase, that is going live and post implementation, is post implementation. That means after implementation, these are the phases. So this is divided into three. So one by one we will see what are these phases, how work is done in these phases. So we'll go for first phase, that is pre-selection screening or pre-evaluation screening. It is having another name, where in pre-evaluation screening some of the good or some employees which are at the top level are selected as a team for ERP implementation, and on the other hand, number of vendors are called for their presentation. When we are going to choose one ERP, we need to call n number of vendors. We have already learned what are the vendors, what are the vendors of ERP, and what are the modules of those vendors. Nearly modules are same in every vendor, but first we need to call those vendors for their presentation, where they will give us a presentation regarding their ERP, different modules into the ERP, different sub-modules, different services provided by the ERP. Then out of those, we need to choose a right package which will suit to our business, because every business is different. Every business is having different departments. Take one example, manufacturing business, and on the other hand you are having software development business. So these are two different, where in manufacturing you need, or you have different departments such as manufacturing department, production, inventory department. But on the other hand, in software companies, they are not having inventory department or production department, or they need not to have to purchase raw material from outside the organization. So there is some difference between the modules. So according to our business, we need to choose the right package which is suitable for our business. And that is why every ERP vendor gives us a suitable package according to our business, where we can have customization. Okay, so the selection which is done according to their best fit packages in the processes, because processes are already planned, already decided, which are ongoing processes, and we need to merge with those processes, and that is why we need to choose a best package. With that best package, we need to find the good cost also, because cost is one more a large point which we need to think about. So this is called as pre-evaluation screening. Second step was project planning. In project planning, as we know, uh, we have learned in software engineering how to plan a project. So the in same way here also this project is planned, because this is a big project from the company organization, and some of the employees are busy into this project because this project is giving us one centralized system. So detailed project plan we need to create according to some deadlines for that project, and where we need to find out some key resources, assign those resources for our project, find out different roles according to the project, give some responsibilities to particulars or individuals from our organization, and the project is planned. And this whatever project is planned, we can say it is one kind of blueprint for our uh, project, right? So this is something as project planning. Now we are actually in the implementation phase, right? From the diagram I have told you, in a box some phases are there. So out of that, this phase is gap analysis, and this is a very crucial phase from the ERP implementation life cycle. Why it is crucial? Because whatever we have and whatever we want, there is a difference between these two. We have, those are the old processes, and what we are going to make updations into our system is what we want. And to fill the gap between these two, definitely there might be a gap. So to fill the gap, first we need to find out the gap between these two things. That is why it is called as more crucial phase, because finding the gap is one task, right? And this model will give us where we are now and where we will be in the future after completion of ERP implementation life cycle. In the diagram you can see the business process which we are targeting to find out the gaps, and on the right hand side we have reference business process which we want. If you can see, this business process is very complicated. We cannot find out exactly from where to where the data is going, and if you see in a different reference business process, you easily can identify how this process is working. So this is the gap, and we need to fill the gap. How to fill this gap, right? How to do this thing? So we have a good answer for this, for gap analysis, is called as re-engineering. So re-engineering is to fill out the gap between these processes, old process and new process. So first, what we do in re-engineering? Re-engineering is a point where we are going to first identify the gap between two processes and re-engineer. That means if we need to make some changes into the existing process, so those changes are done in the re-engineering stage, and significant changes might be depend on the human being also. So number of employees, if we need to increase or if we need to decrease, and their job responsibility is also going to change, right? So this is the re-engineering process where we are making the changes. So this phase is somewhat time consuming phase where we are changing the roles and responsibilities of employees, or we are changing some machineries which we require in the organization, or if we need to adopt some different resources, we need to do that thing also. That is why it is called as re-engineering stage. And after re-engineering, the configuration phase comes. So configuration phase means after completion of re-engineering, what things we need to adopt this new technology. So the things might be needed for the business are setting up some infrastructure for our business. So some physical infrastructure such as different servers may be needed for implementing the ERP. some routers, some components definitely we need, because when we install ERP into our organization, if it is on premise, we need a server. If it is cloud based, we need a network components, right? So these whatever things we require, we need to configure those things first, and then we will go for the post implementation phase. Next is team training. So this is again one more important phase definitely, because whatever new thing we are implementing in our business, that new thing should be known to all the employees, right? But not all the employees. According to department, training is given to all the employees. That means if the employee belongs to manufacturing department, the training of manufacturing department thoroughly is given to that particular employee, so that he can use the new technology efficiently. And this is the parallel process when we are doing or when we are implementing ERP lifecycle. At the same time, parallelly, the training to the team is given by those ERP vendors. Next phase comes is testing phase. So testing, we know, we already learned testing subject also. So testing is to find out different bugs. Before launching that ERP in the organization for final, before that we need to test that. That means if it is giving some bugs, we need to identify and we need to rectify those bugs. So this is the phase where we try to break the system before actually implementing the system. And here in this phase, some IT staff from the business are highly involved in the activities. So some validations and some testings are done parallelly when you are implementing the ERP. So in the diagram you can see different testing methodologies are utilized here. Integration, lifecycle verification, maintenance, upgradation, and patch testing. Next is end user training. It is again like a team training. So whatever modules are created, whatever modules are designed, on those modules we need to give trainings to the end users. End users might be employees from the organization, or end users might be the customers of organization. So we need to give training to all those on the respective modules. Now just come out of that box, middle layer from the diagram. Now we are in a post implementation phase. So this is a going live. That means everything is done now. We are ready with the vendor, we are ready with the modules, now we are ready with the re-engineered processes, trainings, etc. And now we are ready to install or to use that particular system, and that is called as going live. And going live happen by three different approaches according to requirement of that business. First is the instantaneous. Instantaneous means whatever uh, uh, system you were using previously, remove all that systems and use new ERP implemented system. So old things are discarded and new things are installed and being used. Second is phased approach. Phased approach means module by module we go live. That means one module is first used, installed, then we go on a second module, then after some time we go on a third module, and likewise it is called as phased approach. And a parallel approach. Parallel means old system is running parallelly with the new system, and once every employee is suitable with the new system, then old system is removed. And last phase is post implementation phase. Actually this post implementation phase is vendor's responsibility. That means after installation, if there are some problems, if there are some bugs, annual maintenance, everything is handled by vendors. Okay, and this is annual contract done with the business. uh, and whatever knowledge is transferred with the trained employees, that should be documented for your further references, and that comes in post implementation phase. Okay, so these are all the phases in your ERP implementation life cycle. If you have any queries regarding this, please let me know. Definitely I'll try to solve. Thank you.